This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I'm covering this story called Chrissy Teigen Breaks Silence on Cyberbullying Scandal, I Was a Troll, full stop. Now, in case you guys don't know, Chrissy Teigen used to be all over Twitter bullying people and saying some really weird things that got her labeled the P word. So now she's coming out and she's offering this big apology for it. And when I first saw this, I was like, alright, yeah, this is a good thing. Did I have her wrong? But then I thought about it, and I'll say this. An apology is still a good thing, in a way, no matter what. However, I think there might be a motive behind this apology, and that's what we'll get into in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the apology. Chrissy Teigen broke her silence after being plagued by accusations of cyberbullying with a post on Medium apologizing for her actions, and I'm not sure they were allegations because they were tweets right out there in the open. Like, an allegation is something that someone said something, maybe, allegedly, but these tweets were right out there, so I think it's more like something that actually happened. The model and TV personality, known for her engaging presence on social media, was unusually quiet for the past few weeks after she was called out by Courtney Sutton for past cyberbullying. And, you know, Courtney Sutton is not the only person who called her out, but okay, we'll use her as the example. On Monday, the 35-year-old took to Twitter to share a lengthy post she penned on Medium addressing the very humbling few weeks and offering her apologies to anyone she may have hurt. Not a day, not a single moment has passed where I haven't felt the crushing weight of regret for the things I've said in the past, she begins. The star goes on to unequivocally denounce her past actions. I was a troll, full stop, and I am so sorry, she wrote. So she admits she did it. So in a certain way, I can't say that's a bad thing. Among Teigen's past actions that she's apologizing for are allegedly encouraging Snowden to commit suicide and suggesting that Lindsay Lohan physically harm herself out of jealousy. The ordeal resulted in a great deal of backlash for the once-beloved star, which many consider iconic given her tendency to slam others for problematic behavior. Farrah Abram also accused her of bullying in 2013, as did a whole other slew of people. I'm not quite sure Chrissy Teigen was beloved. If they're talking about her, I think they're talking about her there. And all I know her from is, I think, the Triple X franchise, which is like, you know, big guns, big tits movies. Nothing wrong with them, but they're not exactly like classic films where there's great acting and heartfelt emotion. It's just like blowing shit up, so I'm not sure that gets her to the beloved status, but okay. As you know, a bunch of my old awful tweets resurfaced. I'm truly ashamed of them, Teigen wrote. As I look at them and understand the hurt they caused, I have to stop and wonder, how could I have done that? And that's a really fucking good question. You tell us how you could have done it. She also tweeted out some weird things about putting pizza on her chest that involved a 14-year-old, or I'm not getting that totally right, man, but it was a weird tweet, something like that. And she got labeled as the P word for it, so you let us know how you could have done it, Chrissy. In reality, I was insecure, immature, and in a world where I thought I needed to impress strangers to be accepted, she wrote. If there was a pop culture pylon, I took to Twitter to try to gain attention and show off what I, at the time, believed was a crude, clever, harmless quip. I thought it made me cool and relatable if I poked fun at celebrities. Now, like I said, I'll get into, I think, a alternative motive to this, but, you know, at face value, what she said, you know, at least there's some value to that. You know, she admits to wanting to be cool, which you don't hear all the time from people. But, alright, not defending her, you'll see. Teigen writes that she's ashamed it took being publicly called out by some of her cyberbullying victims for her to understand that words have consequences, and there are real people behind the Twitter handles I went after. And here we have it. Chrissy Teigen looking to do a Meghan Markle type interview with Oprah Winfrey to tell her truth report. So the whole thing, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, coming out to apologize gets a ton of attention. It's only looked on as a good thing by, you know, the establishment, corporations, other celebrities and things like that. They're not going to call you out for being fake for the most part. And maybe you get a Oprah interview. You get attention. So I think that's kind of a little secret motive she had. Chrissy Teigen is apparently looking to tap Oprah Winfrey for a Meghan Markle-style sit-down interview in hopes of salvaging her reputation amid a growing number of bullying claims made against the cookbook author, according to a new report. She wrote a cookbook? Okay. Didn't know that. Teigen, 35, is reportedly being advised to go into hiding and lay low in the wake of a public onslaught of criticism centered on her social media behavior aimed at selective celebrities like Courtney Stodden, as well as alleged bullying and behind-the-scenes mistreatment of fashion designer Michael Costello. I don't know who Courtney Stodden is. I'm going to guess she's got a good point against Chrissy Teigen. So, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, on one hand, offering an apology out in public is not a bad thing theoretically, but it seems like, she's looking for a big Oprah Winfrey interview, and Meghan Markle's, I think, got 30 million views or something like that. So, it's not like Chrissy Teigen's in the news all the time, like certain political figures or other celebrities getting smashed and bashed and having her career ruined. I mean, I guess, there's some ruin going on for her, but she's not in the spotlight as it is. So, to be clear, coming out and apologizing puts her more in the spotlight and more in the range for getting views and attention than if she didn't apologize. So it kind of seems like maybe she's doing a good thing, but really she's doing something for her own promotion. You guys let me know what you think. Obviously, it's pretty fresh news. We'll see how it plays out, what actually happens, if there's an interview, what celebrities respond, what people respond. There are some people criticizing her already, like Piers Morgan and Candace Owens, saying what I'm saying here, it's probably for attention, but I guess that's an opinion at this point, and we'll have to see. I'm doing pop culture, celebrity news, that first heard, Meghan Markle, whatever comes up in the news I find interesting. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't subscribe, and you consider it, and you still don't subscribe, I guess I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.